So I deserve peace. Truly so profound. And we should be allowed to speak. Yes, I would say kind of our key component for the day is our throat. So if I may ask you, how many times this week have you said, it's fine, but it really wasn't? होता है ना लोग पूछते हैं और भाई कैसे हो and that is an instant reaction, oh all good, but truly it isn't. Or how many times have you smiled and nodded when you wanted to disagree? Or even how many times have you swallowed your truth because speaking it felt too risky, too uncomfortable, or even too dangerous? And we do this constantly. We edit ourselves, we soften our opinions, we laugh at jokes we don't find funny. And many a times we even agree to plans we don't want. We stay silent when something bothers us. And we tell ourselves, it's not a big deal. We're just being polite, avoiding conflict, and we feel as if we are keeping the peace. But what if that peace is costing you more than you realize? Think about it. So today, we are talking about speaking truth without fear and learning that sometimes the kindest thing you can do for yourself and others is to actually stop pretending. So let me tell you about Priya. Every Friday, her team goes for lunch, and every Friday, they choose the same biryani place. But Priya is vegetarian, and she's tired of eating the same plain rice and raita while everyone else enjoys their meal. But she doesn't say anything. Why? Because she doesn't want to be that person, or she doesn't want to seem difficult. Everyone else seems happy with the choice. It's just lunch, right? 6 months later, she dreads Fridays. She makes excuses to skip lunch, and her colleagues think she's antisocial. She's resentful. And the irony? When someone finally suggests a different restaurant, two other vegetarian colleagues say, oh, thank God, I've been wanting to say something for months. Three people, 6 months of discomfort because nobody spoke up. And now imagine if in week one, Priya had simply said, hey, I love our Friday lunches, but I'm vegetarian. So I'm wondering if we could rotate restaurants. I would love to suggest a few places with great options for everyone. Truth spoken clearly. No drama, no resentment, just honesty. And here is the mantra: truth spoken with respect. Build bridges, not walls. So let me share the cost of silence. One, suppressed truth becomes resentment. And here's what happens when you don't speak your truth: it doesn't disappear, it ferments, it grows, it turns into resentment, that slow, silent poison that destroys relationships from the inside. Your mother in law keeps giving your child sweets despite your request not to. You don't say anything because you don't want to seem controlling. But every time it happens, a little anger builds. And until one day, you explode over something tiny and someone's confused about. Why you're so upset about biscuits? But it was never about biscuits, was it? It was about 6 months of unspoken boundaries. Or think about Rahul, who never tells his friends he's struggling financially. They keep planning expensive outings, and he joins, even though he can't afford it, because he doesn't want to admit the truth. He goes into debt, he avoids them, and the friendship deteriorates. All because speaking the truth felt more uncomfortable than living a lie. So, suppressed truth doesn't keep the peace, it just delays the explosion. Number two, fear of conflict keeps people silent. Because why don't we speak our truth? Because we are terrified of conflict. And in Indian culture, we are practically trained to avoid it. लड़ाई मत करो, चुप रहो, adjust करना सीखो. From childhood, we learn that harmony matters more than honesty, that being accommodating is a virtue, that speaking up is disrespectful, aggressive, problematic. But here's the uncomfortable reality: avoiding conflict doesn't create harmony, it creates fakeness. Think about those family WhatsApp groups where everyone's posting good morning, but offline, half the people aren't speaking to each other. And that's true. And that's not harmony, that's just performance. And real harmony comes from honest, respectful communication, from people feeling safe enough to say, I disagree, or that hurt me, or I need something different. Number three, honesty with compassion strengthens relationships. Yes. Now, before you think I'm telling you to be brutally honest and start telling everyone exactly what you think, let me clarify this. There's a difference between speaking truth and being cruel. Because between honesty and thoughtlessness, there's a thin line. Brutal honesty, your cooking is terrible. I've been suffering through these dinners for years. And compassionate truth, I really appreciate that you cook for me. I've been wanting to share that I have some dietary preferences that might be different from yours. Can we talk about it? Simple, plain truth, but completely different delivery. So, truth doesn't need volume, it needs clarity. You don't need to raise your voice to be heard. You don't need to be harsh to be honest. You just need to be clear, kind, and courageous. And let me share the three myths about speaking truth. Myth number one: if I speak my truth, people will get angry. Maybe, but people also get angry when they find out you've been lying or hiding things. At least with truth, you're giving them a chance to respond to reality, not a performance. Think about this. Then, myth number two: speaking truth will damage relationships. Actually, not speaking truth damages relationships. Every time you hide how you feel, you create distance. Every unspoken resentment is a brick in the wall between you and the other person. The relationships that survive truth. So, those are the real ones, the ones worth keeping. And myth number three: I'm just being polite by staying silent. And here's this whole thing about Indian politeness. It often prioritizes comfort over connection. We stay quiet to avoid awkwardness. But that awkwardness, it's just temporary. The resentment that builds from silence, that lasts. Real respect isn't pretending to agree. Real respect is trusting someone enough to share your truth and trusting them to handle it maturely. So, how do we actually do this? How do you speak truth without creating chaos? So, here's a simple framework: I feel, I need, I value. Let's practice this. Think of a situation. Your partner always makes plans without consulting you. Now, if you're responding in the wrong way, like in the accusation mode, you might say, "You never consider my decision," or my opinion, I would say. "You're so controlling. You don't respect me." But the right way would be truth with respect. The framework is I feel, I need, I value. So I feel left out when plans are made without asking me first. I need us to make decisions together so I feel like an equal partner. And I value our relationships and I want us both to feel heard. See how that works? You're owning your feelings, stating your needs clearly, and framing it within care for the relationships. Let's take another example: your friend. Your friend constantly cancels plans last minute. So, again, the same framework: feel, need, value. So, I feel disappointed when our plans get cancelled, especially last minute. I need some reliability in our relationship so I can plan my time. And I value our friendship and want us to spend quality time together. No blame, no attack, just truth spoken with respect. So here's your homework: write one truth you have been holding back. Think about like a boundary you need to set, or a feeling you never expressed, or a need that's not being met, or a disagreement you've been avoiding. So write it down, raw and unfiltered. Yes, plain truth. And then rephrase it using the framework I feel, I need, I value. Just to help you out with an example, let's say the raw truth is I hate that you're always on your phone when we are together. Now, this is a common problem these days, that when we are with our loved ones also, they are constantly on their phones, even when we are with the teenagers, kids. So rephrased is I feel disconnected when we are together and both on our phones. I need some dedicated time while we are fully present with each other. And I value the quality time we spend together. So, difference? Same truth, more likely to be received. And now here's the scary part: say it out loud to the person who needs to hear it, right? So, this week, you have to do this, not next month or when it's the right time. Don't postpone it. Because if you wait for the perfect moment, you'll wait forever. That perfect moment will never come. So start small if you need to. Maybe it's telling your colleague you can't take on extra work, or maybe it's telling your friend you need to reschedule, or maybe it's telling your parent that you need space. Start somewhere, because every time you speak your truth, you teach people how to treat you, and you teach yourself that your voice matters. So, here is what I want you to remember: your truth is not a burden, it's not aggressive, it's not rude, it's a gift, both to yourself and to the people who care about you. Because when you hide your truth, you're not giving people a chance to truly know you. You're not giving them a chance to adjust, to understand, to meet you halfway. You're just building a relation on sand, waiting for the foundation to crack. So today, I invite you to do something brave. Speak one truth you've been holding, not with anger, not with blame, but with clarity, compassion, and courage. Trust that the right people will hear you. Trust that you deserve to be heard. Trust that truth spoken with respect doesn't destroy relationships, it deepens them. The relationship that can't handle your truth, those weren't meant for you anyway. And the one that can, those are the ones that will last. So stop editing yourself. Stop making yourself smaller. Stop swallowing your truth to keep others comfortable. Speak honestly, kindly, but fearlessly. Because the world doesn't need more politeness, it needs more realness. And it starts with you. So, again, remember truth spoken with respect builds bridges, not walls. So, let us decide what truth will you speak today. So, with that thought, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you.